The past holds secrets that shape our present and future. And amongst the vast tapestry of time, there are moments so pivotal they can be called the cornerstones of our existence. Today, we embark on a journey through the annals of time to bring you the top 10 most important events in world history. Prepare to be amazed as we unravel tales that have echoed through the corridors of time, leaving an indelible mark on our world. Number 10, the fall of the Roman Empire for 76 AD. Our countdown begins with the dramatic fall of the Roman Empire, a civilization that cast an enduring shadow over Western history. In 476 AD, the Germanic warrior Odoacer deposed the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus, marking the end of an era. The fall of Rome didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual decline spanning centuries. Internal strife, economic instability, and external pressures from barbarian tribes all played their part. The consequences were profound. This event is considered a turning point marking the end of classical antiquity and the beginning of the Middle Ages in Europe. The legacy of Rome, however, lived on in its art, architecture, law, and language, influencing the Renaissance and the eventual emergence of modern Western civilization. 9. The discovery of America in 1492. Now let us turn our attention to the monumental discovery of the Americas in 1492 by Christopher Columbus. This Venetian explorer set sail across the Atlantic with the backing of the Spanish monarchy, his goal to find a westward route to Asia. Instead, he stumbled upon the shores of the Bahamas, believing he had reached India. This sparked the age of exploration and marked the beginning of a new era in world history. The discovery of the Americas led to the Columbian Exchange, a monumental transfer of plants, animals, diseases, and people between the eastern and western hemispheres. It triggered a population explosion, the rise of global trade routes, and the beginning of European colonization in the New World. The impact of this event on shaping our world is immeasurable. 8. The Protestant Reformation in 1517. Next, we delve into the Protestant Reformation, a monumental religious and cultural movement that shook the foundations of medieval Europe. Initiated by Martin Luther, a German monk, the Reformation challenged the authority of the Roman Catholic Church. In 1517, Luther posted his famous 95 Theses, which criticized the Church's practices, particularly the sale of indulgences. This sparked a wave of dissent leading to the formation of new Protestant denominations such as Lutheranism, Calvinism, and Anglicanism. The Reformation had far-reaching consequences. It contributed to the decline of the Catholic Church's power, paved the way for the rise of humanism and individualism, and sowed the seeds of religious freedom. Moreover, it left an indelible mark on art, literature, and music, giving rise to some of the most iconic works of the Renaissance. Number 7. The American Revolution from 1775 to 1783. Our journey takes us to North America, where the American Revolution stands as a pivotal moment in world history. From 1775 to 1783, the American colonies revolted against British rule, marking the birth of the United States of America. Fueled by Enlightenment ideas and grievances over taxation without representation, the colonists fought for independence, ultimately winning the support of France and other European powers. The American victory was a watershed moment. It demonstrated the viability of republicanism and inspired other independence movements around the globe. The newly formed United States became a beacon of democracy and a model for constitutional governance. Furthermore, the revolution had profound implications for international relations, shifting the balance of power and reducing British influence in North America. 6. The French Revolution in 1789. Now we cross the Atlantic to France, where the French Revolution erupted in 1789, forever altering the course of European history. Sparked by social inequality and financial crisis, the revolution saw the storming of the Bastille, a symbol of royal tyranny. The revolution abolished feudalism, the monarchy, and established the First French Republic. This period witnessed the rise of revolutionary fervor, epitomized by the slogan liberty, equality, fraternity. The French Revolution had far-reaching consequences. It spread the ideals of democracy and nationalism across Europe and beyond. It also influenced the Latin American independence movements and inspired subsequent revolutions against oppressive regimes. The revolution's impact on art, literature, and philosophy was equally profound, shaping the intellectual currents of the age. Now, 5. The Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries. Shifting our focus to the Industrial Revolution, a period of unprecedented technological advancement that began in the late 18th century and continued into the 19th century. Originating in Great Britain, the Industrial Revolution witnessed the transition from agrarian economies to industrial ones, marked by the introduction of machines, factories, and new energy sources like steam power. This revolution saw the mass production of goods, urbanization, and the rise of new social classes. Its impact was profound. The Industrial Revolution transformed the economic, social, and political landscape of the world. It led to the growth of cities, the emergence of new industries, and the shift from hand production to factory-based manufacturing. Moreover, it laid the foundation for modern capitalism and had far-reaching consequences for global inequality, colonialism, and environmental change. No. 4. World War I from 1914 to 1918. Now we enter the 20th century and the tumultuous period of World War I, also known as the Great War. From 1914 to 1918, the world witnessed a devastating conflict that drew in major European powers. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary triggered a series of alliances that plunged the continent into war. World War I was characterized by trench warfare, new technologies, and a level of violence unseen before. The war had a profound impact on the world. It resulted in the collapse of empires, including the Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, and Russian empires. The war also led to the redrawing of the European map, the rise of new ideologies, and the establishment of the League of Nations, an early attempt at international cooperation. The consequences of World War I reverberated through the decades, setting the stage for the conflicts that followed. No. 3. World War II from 1939 to 1945. Our journey through history brings us to the most destructive conflict in human history. World War II from 1939 to 1945, fueled by aggressive nationalism, fascism, and the rise of totalitarian regimes, the war involved the majority of the world's nations. Led by figures like Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini, and Emperor Hirohito, the Axis powers waged a campaign of conquest and oppression. The war was marked by atrocities, including the Holocaust, the systematic persecution and murder of Jews and other minorities. World War II resulted in an estimated 70 to 85 million fatalities, making it the deadliest conflict in human history. The war's consequences were far-reaching. It led to the formation of the United Nations, the beginning of the Cold War, and the decolonization of many parts of the world. The war's impact on art, literature, and film is immeasurable, shaping our understanding of humanity's capacity for both great achievements and terrible atrocities. Number 2. The Cold War era from 1947 to 1991. Following the Second World War, the world found itself in a new era of conflict, the Cold War. This period from 1947 to 1991 was defined by the geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union, each leading a respective alliance of nations. The Cold War was characterized by an arms race, the development of nuclear weapons, and a series of proxy conflicts around the globe. It divided the world into spheres of influence, each vying for dominance. Key events included the Berlin blockade, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the fall of the Berlin Wall. The Cold War profoundly impacted geopolitics, shaping alliances, igniting proxy wars, and driving technological advancements. It also witnessed the decolonization of many nations and the emergence of new global powers. The end of the Cold War marked the triumph of democracy and capitalism and the beginning of a unipolar world order. No. 1. The digital revolution from the 20th century into today. Finally, we arrive at the most influential event in our time, the digital revolution. Beginning in the latter half of the 20th century, this ongoing revolution has transformed every aspect of our lives. Triggered by the invention of computers and the internet, the digital revolution has given way to smartphones, artificial intelligence, and an interconnected global network. This transformation continues to accelerate, blurring the lines between physical and digital realms. The impact of the digital revolution is profound. It has revolutionized communication, commerce, education, and access to information. It has given rise to new industries, transformed traditional ones, and created unprecedented opportunities. The digital revolution has democratized information, empowered individuals, and connected people like never before. As technology continues to evolve, its influence on our world will only grow, making it arguably the most important event in human history yet. And there we have it, the top 10 most important events in world history. These moments in time have not only shaped our past, but continue to resonate in our present and future. What do you think about this list? Which historical event do you find the most fascinating? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more captivating historical explorations. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring the past to better understand our world today.